Joan Laporta has finally confirmed that Barcelona is close to getting back to the 1-1 rule, and that is thanks to the operations that are already advanced. La Liga is also very happy with the club's efforts. And so yesterday, there was this press conference that was held by Joan Laporta, Xavi Hernandez, Deco was also there, Rafa Yuste. There were many people at that press conference. And within that press conference, they were speaking about many things. Like, for example, Xavi Hernandez did state, "Everyone knows my feelings for this club. I have received a lot of confidence from the club, from the entire board, and also my team. The players. The project isn't finished yet. We need to keep working hard, consolidate the project, and this is the reason why I changed my decision." Joan Laporta also stated, "Yesterday he conveyed to me his enthusiasm for the project and the team. Some changes and adjustments will be made to improve. Since we met yesterday, it was clear that it was good news. Stability is a must in projects that are successful, and especially for this one." So they both seem very enthusiastic about this upcoming summer and the next season. And the biggest news, like I have said, is the fact that Joan Laporta has confirmed that we're going back to the 1-1 rule, meaning that Barcelona are going to be much more financially healthy and bring in the players that they do want. This was something unheard of over the past few months, and it felt very unachievable to get to this state. Barcelona have not been on the 1-1 rule since like 2019. And so the reason why this is important is because I know that Xavi Hernandez and Deco are ambitious, and because they're ambitious, in this upcoming summer they're going to be demanding for world-class players. Barcelona need to bring new players, and Xavi only wants players that has experience, and especially experienced in the Champions League. Barcelona want to go for it all next season. I also made a video about 5 to 6 hours ago, maybe even way before that, but I did state that there are some requirements that Xavi Hernandez is going to need to meet for the next season. I know that Barcelona are going to be going for all trophies, but if Barcelona can win the Copa del Rey, the Spanish Super Cup, and La Liga, that is more than enough, and at the same time go into the semifinals of the Champions League. But Barcelona, like I've said, they're so ambitious. They want to get things. They want to make the fans happy. Sport have also claimed Barcelona has given Xavi guarantees regarding squad changes this summer. So again, this is huge news because over the past 3 to 4 months, we haven't heard any of this. The only thing that we have been hearing is, okay, if Xavi stays, there's no guarantees that we can change this squad. But Joan Laporta knows that he can. Deco knows that the squad is going to be having a different face. So now the question is, okay, what positions are going to be changed and who is going to come in? So Sport continues to say that a midfielder and a left winger will be the priorities this summer, but that is not the only position they would like to strengthen. They'll look into getting a fullback in the summer too. Now, a lot of this does seem very contradicting because Barcelona have been linked with Bernardo Silva. So it's kind of like, okay, are we looking for a right winger or a left winger? Because the main news and the main story over the past 2 weeks is Bernardo Silva wants Barcelona. He was talking to Joao Felix, and Joao Felix did state that, Silva was always asking me about how Barcelona was, and he gave a good image to Silva, and Silva has always wanted Barcelona. He agreed to moving to Barcelona last summer, but it could not come into fruition because Barcelona did not have the finances. Xavi Hernandez also made him as the #1 target, but it just couldn't happen. But now the fact that there is that chance of him coming, it's great news because he carries UCL experience. He's a competitor to Lamine Yamal, and he will be able to reduce the minutes of Yamal. And at the same time, this also does indicate that Rafinha will be having continuity at Barcelona because he is going to be seen as a left winger within this squad next season because he has been so good within those areas. But going back to what I said, Bernardo Silva is a right winger, not a left winger, and Barcelona are eyeing a left winger. I feel like, right, I'm starting to understand maybe Joan Laporta, Deco, Rafa Yuste, and everybody within the economics department are studying ways to see, can we actually sign 4 players in the summer that can strengthen our squad, which is Silva, a left winger, a midfielder, and a fullback, because that is where it seems like we are heading to. It's 4 total players, and I'm going to assume that the average price tag for each player that we are going to be getting is going to be around 50 million euros, which means that in total Barcelona will need to invest 200 million euros in this summer. Now, the reason why I do say 50 million euros is because with Silva, there is a clause in his contract that states that if he does move to a team like Barcelona, his clause is only going to be 50 million euros. So that is very achievable and very cheap for a quality player like him. As for Zubimendi, it has been reported multiple times over and over again that his release clause is also going to be 50 million euros. This is going to be another player that can reinforce our pivot position. Zubimendi recently just said yesterday that yes, he likes the club that he is in today, but he can never rule off staying there forever. So could there be that chance of Barcelona coming in and saying, hey, look, we're interested in you. We think that you are the perfect fit for our pivot position. We can guarantee you prominence because we have been needing a pivot since Busquets left. What do you say? So having Having Zubimendi for 50 million euros would be amazing. The left winger that I believe Barcelona could be looking at is Nico Williams, who is also going to be costing 50 million euros. Nico Williams has done so amazing at Athletic Bilbao. If he comes to Barcelona, I believe everybody wins within that party. Nico Williams would love to play with Lamine Yamal. He would love to play with Xavi and Pedri, many of his Spanish national team teammates. To have Nico Williams and Yamal on the wings will be pure joy for all Barcelona fans. That would be so fun to watch. And so the other player that I believe Barcelona could be going for, honestly, this is probably like the hardest one to predict because we don't even know if they're talking about a right back or a left back. It just says full back. But I'm just gonna put it out there and just say, okay, Grimaldo. The more I say Grimaldo, the more I'm starting to see that maybe this could be the one. Maybe this could be the player that can reinforce our left back position. He's going to cost 45 million euros. If Bayer Leverkusen wants to say we're going to be adding 5 to 8 million euros on top of Grimaldo's current transfer fee, then fine, that's okay. Because you know what? Grimaldo is somebody who has been at Barcelona before. He has the experience. He knows what it takes to be successful at a club like this. And Grimaldo, just like Bernardo Silva, as a matter of fact, maybe even worse, Grimaldo has stated to the media, even though he was playing for a different team, he stated over and over again, I would love to join Barcelona. He said this to Gigantes back in October. I have always said that Barcelona is a club to which I could return. That is, I would like to return because it is Barcelona. In the end, I grew up there as a player and I was very happy to have been in their squad. So we're talking about a player that has scored 11 goals and provided 16 assists as a left back. Those are amazing numbers. Those are better numbers than Joao Felix. Those are better numbers than Joao Cancelo, even Rafinha and even Lamine Yamal. We're talking about a player that provides so much in the attack and also he is very good defensively. There's a reason why Bayer Leverkusen are one of the best defensive teams in Europe, and doing this in the German league is impressive. Grimaldo knows how to defend. There are only 2 players, by the way, within Europe's top 5 leagues that have 12 assists or more, and that is Watkins and Grimaldo. Only 2. And 2 days ago, Grimaldo also stated, yes, it's a goal I have to play in Spain. I want to play there in the future in La Liga because it's my country. And let me tell you guys, I do think that there's a possibility that we could be linked to the player and the player would also like to see a move because he's going to be turning 29 in September. He does not have a lot of time. It's not like Grimaldo is saying this at the age of 24 years old. Like, okay, if he was 24, then maybe yes, I'll say maybe in the future in about 4 to 5 years, maybe we could be linked to him. But he's 29. It's now or never for this player. Like, if he truly means what he said, it's now or never. It's this summer or we are never going to have him again. So in total, we're probably going to have to spend around 195 million euros to 200 million euros this summer. It is going to go down as Xavi's most expensive summer yet. Ever since Xavi took over, this will be the summer where we are going to go past the 150 million euro mark because so far our most expensive summer under Xavi's era has been in the summer of 2022 when we got Rafinha, Jules Koundé, Lewandowski, and Pablo Torre. The other players like Essien, Christensen, Bellerin, Marcos Alonso were all free transfers. But as for Rafinha, Koundé, Lewandowski, and Pablo Torre, we spent a total of 158 million euros. Can Barcelona beat this record? Do they have the capacity to spend 43 million euros more to continue to strengthen their squad? I think that they can. I think that if they could spend 158 million euros 2 years ago, they can definitely spend another 43 million euros on top of the 158 to strengthen their squad because of the amount of deals that is going on, the amount of players that we could sell. It is very much achievable. It has been said that the Nike deal is going to be monumentally important for Barcelona. They are going to be injecting 100 million euros up front. The Libero deal is also another one where they do have to give Barcelona 40 million euros for a portion of Barca Studios. So in total, they will be receiving 140 million euros. Now, Barcelona, again, they do not want to just rely on these business deals. They also want to look within the squad to see if there's income. Because as of now, it says here, according to Cadena Ser, that Barcelona wants to part ways with certain loanees, like Ansu Fati and Lenglet, meaning that they don't want to be considered as loanees anymore. They want to be sold. And let me tell you, there's a reason why Barcelona are looking for a left winger. It's because they don't see Ansu Fati as an option. I do want to speak about Ansu Fati in a later video, not now, because, you know, in his case, it's very sad to see how his career is turning out. But yeah, I think that if we can sell Ansu Fati for 30 million euros, that's fine. I wish that we could have sold him for like maybe 85, 90 million euros, but it's not going to happen because of the health condition that he is in, because of his current status, because of his current fitness, like everything all around. His form, his football is not okay. So 30 million euros is going to have to be a loss that we're going to have to take. It's not like we bought this player. We nurtured this player since he was like 10 years old. As for Lenglet, I think that we can sell him for 10 million euros. And in total, Barcelona can get around 40 million euros for the sale of Ansu and for the sale of Lenglet. The next obstacle is going to have to be about who are going to be the buyers. But again, it's going to be for a whole other separate video. Another player that might be sold in the summer, which is going going to be so painful to see, but probably is going to be the most easiest sell because of the demand he does carry. It is Frankie de Jong. Cadena Ser has continued to report that to bring in Silva, a sell like Frankie de Jong must happen. Frankie de Jong for sure will be the biggest sell. There is a big possibility that even though we set a price tag of 70 million euros for the player, that's going to easily rise up to 95 to 100 million euros with all these bids coming in. It's going to be a bidding war for this player. Manchester United itself can inflate this price within the next hour. And I know that United want this player. I know that Ten Hag wants to reunite with his favorite defensive midfielder. And for Barcelona to sell Frankie de Jong for 90 million euros and to release 35 million euros in wages per year, that is a huge win for Barcelona, and it's going to be opening up so many more opportunities for this club. So that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.